Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Chris Cole. I have a channel already and this is my new channel. This is my first video in English here for you, and during the time I will be coming over making videos. I will tell you a little bit more about my history, the history of my life, how God revealed to me about the narcissistic personality disorder. I work with that to bring awareness about the abuse, narcissist people, what they do, how their mind function, and everything else. So I'm here to tell you how it's gonna work, how my channel will be helping you. Please share, give like if you like, if it helps you, if it brings you more knowledge. My English is not perfect, okay, but I will do my best. I am Brazilian and I live in the US since 2000, so 25 years. And I still don't speak perfectly because when I moved here I was already 23 years old, so my school was done in Brazil. So you will see my pronunciation and sometimes I will say things there is not so clear, but be patient with me. Be patient with me because what I'm gonna bring to you, I am sure, 100% sure, that will bring you a lot more in relation to know more about narcissists, because I live with so many of them during so many years in my life. God revealed that to me, and not just about them in a scientific way, the psychology and all these things that we work and study their minds. God showed me more because I'm Christian too, so he showed me about them in the Bible. Because I was like this, God, I understand they had traumas, but I did have traumas too. We all do, right? It's part of our life, part of our evolution in this earth. But how do we explain this mean actions, behaviors? They are so toxic that some people, they wish to die. Some people already took their lives away for living in the same environment of people with this disorder. I will be talking about narcissists, sociopath, psychopath, and what I'm gonna do that is different, I'm gonna be reading to you real stories about people. Most of them are from Brazil, and some of them are Brazilian too, that lives here in the United States, and some people live in Israel. I give classes, and anyways, I tell you later in another chance. But I know a lot of people around the world that already went through this like us, and once God showed to us is to set us free, and then we start living the purpose he has for our lives. Because the narcissists, they come to bring distraction, to try to make you feel weak, to suck you, all your energy, all your light. If you don't know, you stay there too long. And of course, we gotta look at ourselves after knowing about the codependency and thinking, why did I attract so much people like that during my whole life? Because they started not with them, but in your childhood, probably with a mom or a dad that also had that same problem, the same personality disorder. So we're gonna be here knowing more about them, knowing more about us, knowing more about God, the Word of God. So welcome. I am so glad to be here bringing this first video to you. And today I have an email that I got because in my Brazilian channel, they send me their real life story. I read them and I comment. Whatever God put in my heart to say, I will say. And this girl, she's a young girl, probably in the 20s. In this email, she is looking for help, for answers, because she's confused. She doesn't know what is happening, why this narcissist is doing this to her. She is just being awake. I believe God just showed it to her, and she's still in the phase that, am I wrong? Did I do something? Or is just this person? Is he really a narcissist? So we're gonna help her. I'm gonna be reading and commenting, and you guys gonna know a little bit more as I go forward. Okay, starting now, she said, I am from Bahia. Bahia is a city in Brazil that is beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna be talking about Brazil too here with you guys. It's a beautiful country. Brazil is amazing. I don't know if you already had an opportunity to go there to visit. Anyways, I'm going there soon, hopefully. Anyways, continuing this message, she says she lives in there in Bahia, and she moved to another city called Minas Gerais to study. And she said, during this time, I had my first relationship, which was a guy I didn't know at all. He sent me a message on Instagram, and we start talking. The day we start talking, he wanted to see me in person. But since I'm very scared, I didn't go. But then he kept talking, and he gave me signs that I could trust him by saying that he had friends who lived in the same building as me. Look at that. See, some red flags. I have a red flag here that I use in my Brazilian channel. I bring here and you guys can laugh with me. Now I laugh about some things, but look at what he's already doing in her mind, conditioning her to trust him. Hey, I have friends that lives in the same building you do, so you don't have to be afraid, because you know, if I do something wrong, you will know where to find me, because you can go after these friends. Who are these friends, right? We never go and ask because it's embarrassing, right? Also, another thing that caught my attention here is she's talking Instagram. Oh my goodness, a lot of those emails that I receive with testimonies, most of them, they start dating narcissists, sociopath, and psychopath through those relationship websites, right? I don't know if you're familiar with that, but they are there, and it's a playground for them, because most of the people there are like us. They are looking for someone to share their lives, to conquer dreams, to have a family. They know that, but the intention of their hearts are not the same as ours. And this is amazing, because once we know, it sets us free. Continuing, she says, he also started calling my mother his mother-in-law. And she said, without ever meeting her in person. Yeah, and after a week of talking, I decided to meet him in person. I went to his apartment. And from that day on, we started being together. Start dating. I don't know what happens there in the apartment, but please, if you're here, don't do that. You don't go to a first date with someone you don't know, that you met on Instagram, to their apartment. Thanks God, thanks the Lord, nothing happened to you, nothing bad happened to you. But if it was a psychopath, maybe you wouldn't be here asking questions or sending me an email, right? I'm saying that not to scare you, but we have to be prudent. We have to be wise. We have to put our feet on the floor, since we already know, okay, that we live in a world where people are not always good. Some people here, I'm gonna be talking about the spiritual side, okay? Some people here are not real people. They are being used with their permission for demons. Yes, it's true. It's hard to believe, but it's true. It's in the Bible. The answers are all there. Continuing this, finishing what I was saying. So if you need to go, if you want to go meet this person, right? You don't know, go with your friend. Ask some friend to go with you, but not in his house. Go in the mall, go eat a sandwich, you know, eat an ice cream. But it's done. Thanks God nothing bad happened to her, right? But please don't do it again. And another thing that I want to say here that is amazing, and they all do this, they want to bring you closer. They want to have this connection with you, an emotional connection, which it doesn't exist in their lives. They don't care, they don't have empathy, they don't care about your feelings. They just want to get you there so you are in their hands, so they can get what they want from you. Okay? So they're gonna say, oh, you're the love of my life. Calling her mom my mother-in-law, because he's trying to say to her that he wants her to be his wife, and puts this closer to her, you know, that feeling, and you feel connected. You start having feelings, because we do have, but they don't. They just fitting up so you get there where they want it to be. Okay, that's what happened to her, and she is confused now, because what happened next, you will see now. Right from the first few times we met, he started talking about me, saying that I was his soulmate, that I was the love of his life, that even if he hadn't looked forward enough, he wouldn't find someone like me. But at the same time that he complimented me, he also said some things that made me think a little, like, and she gives examples. Example, if you break up with me, it will be the biggest trauma of your life. Look how lucky you were that I show up. Your life was so boring. I brought some excitement to it. I was lucky to have met you, but so were you, because it's not easy to find someone like me these days. Oh yeah, it is. A lot of narcissists in the world. It is very easy to find someone like you today. I am your prince, charming, and you know it. Admit it. I have my qualities too. There is no point in denying it. These were some of the things he said, and until then, I thought it was normal, because he said he loved me very much and would never lose me. So most of the time, I thought he was joking. This is funny too, because even if you thought he wasn't joking and you take it serious and say, hey, what you're saying here is not very nice, that's the passive aggressive behavior that narcissist loves to use. He would say, oh, you don't know how to joke? You don't have a sense of humor? Grow up, don't be a baby. Okay, and then they go to the victim, right? I'm the victim of the world. Oh, I cannot say anything because it's so sensitive, so I'm not gonna say anything anymore. Oh, poor boy. No matter what, they always gonna make you feel you are the problem and put the guilty on you. And continuing, she says, we were together for 3 months until there came a time when he started to cool off. He hardly complimented me anymore. The frequency of these messages decreased. Even the physical contact started to decrease. He didn't even hug or kiss me anymore. This made me feel like the worst person in the world. That was his intention. And of course, now you are in the devaluation mode phase, which he already got you there in his hands. So now he loses interest. I got what I want. Now it's too easy. I don't want anymore, because their life is a game. Playing with people's emotion. It's all about them feeling in control and feeling the power. And once they get it, they don't want anymore. But there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing bad about you. The problem is not you. They are broken. They are not satisfied. Nothing is enough for them because they are broken. Okay? Continuing. She says, this made me feel like the worst person in the world because I didn't know what was going on. That's the intention too, to put confusion in your mind, and you keep thinking, what's wrong? What did I do? Why is he acting like that? Right? It doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense with them. And we hadn't fought or argued. There was no apparent reason. I started to think that it was all in my head and that he was just stressed. No. I kept seeing him, and after a while it became so intense that he treated me as a stranger. He treated me like a stranger until I decided to send him a message asking what happened and if I had done or say anything that he didn't like. At first, he said that everything was normal and that I hadn't done anything. We continued together until I decided to ask him again, and he told me that he thought I liked him more than he liked me. This made me have a huge doubt in my mind because I didn't know exactly what was going on, exactly what he wants. I started to think that I was the problem for liking him too much. He also said that he wasn't ready for a relationship and that he didn't want to be unfair to me. Oh, too late, boy. You already done. If you didn't want all of this, why did you call her mom, your mother-in-law? Why did you tell her she was the person of your life, that you're always gonna be with her when you're old and you guys were gonna be together, you're soulmate? Why? Of course he did it to put that in your heart. The intention was that, but once you start getting on him and being in love with him, now he may feel a little bit, not responsible, but it's gonna be harder for him to get you away from him. So he needs to say that, things there, oh, I'm not prepared. Oh, maybe you like me more than I like you, is a passive-aggressive way to say that he doesn't like you. He doesn't want you. And of course, because they are not directly, they don't say exactly what it is, you don't understand and you want to make sense. And that's so frustrating because it's that feeling of not being able to finish. They never finish anything because they want it to be there for them. Because when they need you, they can go back and use you a little more. So block, cancel from your life, zero contact, zero. Don't lose your time because they bring distraction, they bring destruction. Focus in you, focus in your healing, and you will be fine. And do therapy because you gotta go to the root. You gotta find out where did it start. It was with your father and your mother. If it is a codependency, probably you had a mom or a dad that also has personality disorder. And she finished the message saying, I tried to talk to him several times, but he never wanted to. And then we broke up and I'm left with this feeling of guilty and insecurity because I don't know what I did. You did nothing. You just fall into these lies. He conditioned you to be there for him, to love him, but it was an illusion. So don't feel guilty, don't feel insecure. Cure yourself. Keep moving. Live your life. Live the purpose of God in your life. This video, the first one in my channel, I got this message. I was reading this email I got from her. She is more like asking for help because she's so confused. She doesn't know what to think, and I hope that I helped her, and I hope she will be free from this. Pray and ask God to take this person away from your mind, because that's where they go into your mind and they try to wash your brain and they try to manipulate you to be always thinking about them and to be in this confusion, because if you decided to come back, you will feel like, oh, so it wasn't nothing about me, I wasn't the problem, he was just being nice to me and he was not prepared, but now he is. Don't open the door because they get worse. And this is the end of this video today. Thanks for coming. Share. I hope this video helped you to know more about their behavior. I hope you're leaving this video better than when you came. And I hope you're gonna be here watching the new videos I'm gonna be posting soon. The next video, I'm gonna tell you the story about a life of a person that was married to a malignant narcissist, and all the things that happened to her during and after this toxic relationship. God bless you. Thank you for watching, and I see you soon. Kisses in your heart. Bye.